Good day, everybody. This is John Scarborough. Just wanted to show this cow we got over here. I have barely fed any hay at all. That's her left side I'm looking at there, and you can tell that rumen is full. You look at that rumen, you can see it in the camera. Her gut is just big, fat. She's just blown out and she looks good. I mean, don't look bad at all, you know. This camera, looking through the camera, she looks worse than she does in real. Standing here looking at her. But anyway, I wanted to talk about was the fact that I've been barely feeding any hay at all. These cows are grazing what's here. They're grazing some of this native grass right here, grazing quite a bit of it. And I don't know what this is called. I've looked up some native grasses here in Louisiana. But I got some controversy on what this is. Like, it looked like a couple, I don't know, it looked like some tall Indian grass. I mean, it was, anyway, if anybody knows what it is, I wouldn't mind someone leaving a comment in there. I'm really not real sure what it is. All I know is I have seen them graze quite a bit of it. There's some green down in the bottom of some of it. That one doesn't have very much in it. But it stays standing and stays dry pretty much all year around. I don't know how high the protein level is or how good of a forage it is. And then there's this grass right here. This is the same case. This is another type of native grass here. This one definitely stays up and stays dry, and I've seen them graze on that one. Mostly what we've got out here is Bermuda and some Bahia. The Bahia has mostly rotted out, but the Bermuda is still doing good. And a lot of this native grass, like even some of this, we got a little bit of this right here. This is another one of those grasses, native grasses, that I looked up, and I'm seeing some. It's, I don't know. I'm looking it up, and one website they're saying it's this, the other website's saying it's that. So I don't know if there's several of them that look the same. I don't know for sure. Anyway, whatever the case may be, there are some of these grasses that are doing okay. I've noticed these right here. I've heard a lot of people call it Johnson grass. I don't know if that's Johnson grass or not. I mean, I've seen Johnson grass and I didn't think it quite looked like that. I don't know if it's a different species or what it is. Anyway, they are grazing a lot of this, but they're grazing a lot of the Bermuda grass. And then for a while there, they were actually grazing some of the weeds around here. Like, I'd come out here one day and they were grazing these goat weeds out here, eating on the goat weed. And just because there's a certain point in the year, right after frost, before everything starts to rot and fall off, that the sugar comes up in the leaf. I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to touch on it too much in this video. But so there's a certain point they can get some good out of those leaves, and they're still getting some good out of these bramble bushes here, these little berry vines. They're still getting a lot of good out of that because of the same deal with the sugar. Now, they're not going to eat much of that. They're just going to eat a little bit during the day. But you can see this heifer over here. She's down there eating on some of that grass right now. Some of that native grass. But so anyway, I just wanted to throw that video out there. I mean, we have not fed much hay at all this year. We will end up feeding some for sure, because this 20 acres is all we got that's really got any decent grass in it. Everything else is winter grass, so we'll probably bring them back and forth through the winter grass, get some good out of it. But we won't see a lot of good in that until March or April. Unless the weather's really good, we might see some in February. Most likely we can't count on that. So we will end up feeding quite a bit of hay before it's all done. But so far we've shaved a month off and we haven't fed a whole lot of hay. And I'm thinking if we can do the same process next year, we might even skip November altogether and not ever have to feed any hay in November. But now we're in December, the 1st of December, the day. It probably won't be the 1st of December by the time I get this video out. But we're in the 1st of December, and I'm still not going to feed a bale today. I come out here and looked at them. They look great. They're eating good. I probably will give them a bale tomorrow. I'm giving them some hay, just not as much, to help them through the cold mostly. And another thing that I'm doing, since I'm doing it that way, is if I'm going to give them some hay, I'll give it to them on the cold nights. Or another thing is, if I'm going to give it to them, I wait until that night to give it to them. That way, you know for a fact, you know, they're getting their most nutrition at night. So, and they'll sleep in that hay and it'll keep them warm too. So I'll wait until night to give it to them and roll it out then, and let them during the day come out here and pick what they can get all out in here. You can see out here all this native grass. They're eating on this over here. And I'm actually noticing these native grasses, they are eating them a whole lot more than they are the Bermuda that we have across over there. About a week or so ago, before the very last frost that we got, they were sticking to that other side mostly. They were eating on the Bermuda mostly. So I don't know if it's starting to get a little more rank after that last frost, and all of this stuff is just holding up better now through the frost. I don't really know. Anyway, it's just interesting. We're just kind of learning as we go as far as some of these native grasses. So thanks everybody. Have a good day.